Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the episode 3 of the Chaotic Neutral podcast, where we play D&D, and hopefully it's entertaining. Um, I am here with Amy.
Hi.
How are you playing?
Really? I have to do this every time?
Yeah.
I'm Kiki the rogue. I'm gonna kill us all.
And Shane.
Hi, Leo neighbor. I'm Bert the warlock. That's right, Bert.
And David.
Hi, I'm playing Kai the monk.
All right. So last time, the three of you woke up in cells wearing basically hospital gowns, and you found some stuff. You killed some kobolds and goblins, and well, only one goblin.
Amy did.
We'll touch and go there for a sec.
And you made your way to the surface where you found this this valley that was obviously constructed. You discovered that instead of, say, a moon hanging overhead, there's an arch that spans across the entire sky, and the sun just seems to move along the horizon. You wandered down into a town on the edge of a lake, and were shown across to this old sage who basically told you that you guys are special because you have these magic wristband things. You didn't know what they did, but that you needed to stick together or they'd blow up. And if you tried to remove them, they'd blow up. And you
I believe him because he had rock hard abs.
And you guys made the choice to go to the Empire of Zeria for the civilization, the people. Because all of you love people.
Just the best.
And so that's where we left off last time, was where you guys were setting off down the road towards Zeria. And as you follow that road, unless you guys want to do a last-minute course change, you follow the road out through the canyon and into sort of a steep defile, and it takes you a few days of travel, but every few miles or so, the path itself is carved stone steps out of the side of the mountain, and every few miles there's a little sort of resting spot carved off to the side with like a fountain and some benches. And then about the time that it hits nightfall and you would need to stop and set up camp, there's an even larger one that has a built fire pit already. As you're traveling, and you're coming down the outer slope of these mountains, you do get a better view of the lands below. And there's some atmospheric distortion where you can't really see, but where you would expect to see a curve on whatever world you came from, in this case, you don't really see that. It just seems flat.
Creepy. So so are we staying here for the night? We're stopping here at this family camping ground. What's going on?
Yeah, why not?
I think so.
Lutheran family picnic table. Okay. Yeah, let's stay here. Yeah, so holy shit, I thought there'd be a horizon, but nah. Just keeps on going, man.
There's still a horizon. You know, you're still limited by perspective and by atmospheric. There's light distortion. Even on Earth, you can only see so far. Yeah. You kind of have to be high up over the ocean to get the full curvature effect. But you should be seeing a similar effect high up on some mountains.
So it's just totally flat. We're not seeing like a curve upward. It's just straight out.
You get to the point where there's perspective that limits what you can see, and there's some haze in the air too.
Okay. So remind me again, why are we going to Zeria? Is that what it's called? Zeria.
Zeria, yeah.
Zeria. I think that was wrong.
Kiki wants to see people, I guess.
Oh, she wants to see people. Okay. I was going through this book. I could not find anything on, I want to kill as many people as possible. I could not find that.
What? My bond? No, wait. What is that?
Is what
My
are you
blind.
doing? Are you a criminal? Is that what your background is?
I'm an assassin.
Assassin. That's why I couldn't find it. I saw like I want to be the greatest thief ever. I didn't actually look at the assassin one. Okay, I thought you were a thief because you kept trying to steal everything.
I like shiny things.
Like
Well,
shiny things, dead people.
And you don't have to go with the ones in the book. I think that for Amy's, we made up a couple. You know, they say,
Okay.
you know, write your own. These are a good starting point if you're stumped. And so that was hers. So more verging onto the evil end of the spectrum than the neutral, but you know.
Yeah. Verging. Took a flying leap over that in mine. I'm gonna have to dial it back because of that.
Doing a backflip over the line.
Yeah. It's like, oh, if we tip the scales too much, we'll all fall off. Yeah, I gotta try something else. So yeah,
So
okay, all right.
So when night falls, basically the sun goes behind the arch, and you can see now other parts of the arch that were in shadow before, and you could see lights on them. Now you're sort of seeing reflection off of it, and that gives sort of the same effect as moonlight would give. You know, there's sort of a bright night sky. The night passes uneventfully unless you guys do something, stab each other in the back or something like that.
Yes, I don't sleep.
Not tonight.
I'm
How can I sleep with stabbing the hobbit over there?
Elven meditation.
Wait, half elf, do I have that too? I don't have to sleep, do I?
No, half elves have to sleep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Watch my back, man.
So the night passes uneventfully, and the next morning you get up and start off again, and it takes you about 3 days of this sort of travel. Beautiful vistas, but not much else happening. No other traffic. You don't see another party or individual on the road. And at the beginning of the last day, it sort of dives down into this deep canyon. Walls rise up on either side of you, and the stairs just go straight down. And at the base of it, you can see a wall with some figures moving on the top of it. And you get there probably mid-afternoon. And what's everyone's wisdom?
Wisdom roll, or do you just want to know?
Just the wisdom bonus.
2.
Plus
Mine's
3.
bonus.
Okay. And then, are any of you trained in perception?
Yes.
Yeah, I still forgot to do that. Yes, I am trained in perception.
So those of you,
I have
basically,
advantage on perception.
the monk and the warlock both see that there's a figure in luxurious robes sitting and having tea on the top of the wall, and he doesn't seem to notice you. Well, it's still pretty far away, and you're probably looking at the gates themselves, thinking, "How am I gonna pick those locks?" And
Up and over.
and you can see on either end of the wall were guards, and one of them's run over and tapped the guy having tea on the shoulder, and he kind of looks down and then spits his tea out.
I look up and I yell at the guy. I say, "Hey, where'd you get that tea?" That's all I got.
From the capital. Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
I'm Cao Lian. I'm the magistrate of this garrison.
Oh, okay.
Good going.
So, hey, can we come in?
Of course. And he looks over at one of the guards, and they scramble off. And he goes, "Come free. We won't shoot you. Just approach, and we'll open the gates." And
Under what context would they shoot us? Like if we
I
just
imagine
came up,
if-
like, wearing armor and weapons of brandish?
theoretically, they see a halfling who might be a child from the distance.
Big knife.
a guy in robes, and then just sort of an elf. Like none of you are wielding any obvious weapons, and you're not storming the gate with an army. So you guys approach the gate.
Oh yeah. Should we roll another perception?
Yeah.
I mean, no, that's ridiculous. We're not gonna.
I'll just approach.
Okay, so you guys walk up to the gate, and the gates themselves look like they're built for an army to go through, but there's a little postern gate in it, kind of like in Ghostbusters. You have the big doors, but there's the one door that you just walk through, kind of like that. They open up that little postern gate for you, and let you all in, and they escort you to a sitting room where there's tea and a meal set out, and there's a very well-dressed half-elf with black hair sitting at the head of the table. There are 3 other places set, and go ahead and give me quick perception rolls. So wisdom, and then add your proficiency if you have perception.
Yeah. 20.
16.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 2.
Kiki, you think that the tea set that's set on the table easily worth a couple hundred gold. Like if you could figure out how to swipe it.
I need to get you a bag of holding. Swear to God.
You
Tiny bits.
You other two notice that the fingernails on the last 2 fingers of his right hand are probably about 6 inches long, and they're immaculately lacquered and painted. For
Like
him,
Coke fingernails?
Yeah, I was gonna say this guy is so into coke he needs both at the same time.
like they're almost like claws, and they're painted with what look like birds taking off from bamboo. And even the nails themselves, like you think that if you could remove just one of those fingernails, that the gold paint on it, that it's a work of fucking art. And he sticks them both out as he drinks his tea.
This guy's Yakuza.
And he gestures for you to be seated and smiles.
It smiles.
Getting a bad vibe from this guy, but I kind of like his style. I sit down immediately. Wait, is there a tea in front of us or anything?
There's a place setting, and
Okay.
if you sit down, he'll raise a finger, and a servant will come out and.
Okay, so I don't have to
Pour you
raise
some
my
tea.
hand like a dick and start snapping my
No.
fingers. Okay.
Do all of you sit?
I sit on the table.
Oh, shit. This is my friend Kiki.
I sit for a
She
seat
does what
away
she
from
wants.
him.
Okay, so you sit across from him, which means that Bert is sitting. Do you want to sit to his right or his left?
I will sit. Which side has his coke hand?
The right.
I'll sit on his right.
Okay, so and then Kiki, are you like just putting your ass on the table, like leaning up against it like a baller, or are you?
Like a little kid, legs crossed.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a pinup, like all sexfully and just.
So you
No,
you
like
like
a little child.
so you,
Crisscrossed applesauce.
you push aside the place setting and just sit crisscross. He looks a little taken aback by that, and sort of you see him want to take offense and then sort of force himself not to, and says, "You're welcome. Welcome to Karsong Outpost. We're so happy to have guests from the bowl. It's so rare that anyone travels."
Oh, okay. So I ask him, this is just an outpost? This isn't connected to Zeria?
Well, this is the last bastion of Zerian civilization. The very edge of the world, if you will.
Fascinating. We were
I
told
say
this
nothing.
is the
I
place
just drink tea.
to come. We were told this is the place to come if we wanted civilization and polite
It
company.
is. Zeria is the very definition of civilization. And this is, as you can see, civilized, and we're just but the most meager outpost. The end of the great highway that connects Xeris to everywhere.
So what's...
What's with the guards if you have very many travelers? Not very many travelers.
He looks a little uncomfortable, and then he says, well, all of our borders and all of our places where our roads cross need to be guarded. If we were to leave this pass unguarded, who says that barbarians from the other side wouldn't swarm through and leave it undefended, and just attack us? No, it's very important. The Emperor's commanded it. May you live 1,000 years.
From what I'm told of your history, this is definitely a possibility. We actually came here looking for knowledge. Maybe knowledge of our arrival, knowledge of these little gems right here, and I hold up my wrist with the fleshy armband. Or
Mine's hidden, by the way.
whatever, black. Yours is hidden.
Give me a quick wisdom and insight if you have it.
I'm going to go ahead and... Oh...
Every time something comes up, he's just gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and take
Oh
that.
yeah, I'm gonna go and take that one.
Every time.
This is exactly how it's going to happen. By the end of this game, I'm going to have all these checked.
Because he keeps going. I'm gonna go ahead and take it.
I have
That's just
proficiency in
writing
every
it down.
skill, guys. That's a warlock thing.
Well, I was thinking about it, but since my charisma is much higher, I'm probably going to save it for more charismatic stuff like
You just
Intimidate.
watch. We come across a bird. I'm gonna go ahead and take animal handling.
Oh, it'll happen. So keep track, because I won't. All right, so I got. So adding my wisdom modifier, it's just 15.
All right.
I have
Anyone
no-
else?
no one said
What? I'm having some tea.
Okay.
Okay. A 9.
I'm gonna get.
Okay. So Kai and Kiki don't really notice, but when you show him your bracelet, very almost imperceptible, his eyes widen, and you get a sense of almost avarice that washes over him, and he quickly tamps it down and puts up the cool politeness that he's been showing you guys up until this point.
I bank that under my satisfaction category. Oh, this is going to be good.
So, obviously, Zeria is a fantastic civilization. It's the only civilization, as far as I'm concerned. And if you're seeking knowledge or places to practice your trade, obviously, this is the place for you. But there are certain protocols that need to be observed, and I can help you get through those.
Like laws?
Well, yes. For instance, all visitors must present themselves before the court. Well, is that funny?
I don't really do the whole present thing.
I was going to say, do we have to dress her up?
Oh, but you must. The emperor must know that emissaries of the architects are here, and he must see you, and you must bask in his glory.
Whoa, no.
She doesn't bask.
I'm not an emissary, and I don't bask.
But
I
you
can't really say that any of us are emissaries.
have the tokens.
The shiny
Well-
bits?
You could hand somebody a badge, but unless they know what it's for, it's kind of useless.
Well, it's a mark of favor on you that you are someone of importance.
Don't you forget it.
Well, and I'm trying to help you leverage that. Just, it's a long ways to the capital. I can send you an escort, an honor guard, who will make sure that you have the best amenities, and you don't even have to pay for anything. You just let them escort you to the capital, and you can present yourself to the emperor, and then everyone wins.
I sip my tea, and I telepathically tell Kai and Kiki, he doesn't seem to be on the level. Wait, how did I do it last time? Got it, whatever. I don't trust this man. We probably shouldn't take his
this is
emissary.
This is your first time talking telepathically to Kai, I think. So
Yeah.
just a quick reminder for you guys: when he talks telepathically to you, It's as if there's some unwholesome thing crawling around inside your skull,
I really
skittering
like it.
skittering and slithering and whispering to you.
I think I jerk back.
Is
Away
something the
from
matter?
table.
Yeah, what's wrong, buddy? Your tea too hot?
So
No.
is Kiki like that one hyena in Lion King where Mufasa, just saying it gives me chills. Mufasa, ooh, say it again.
Twice as bloodthirsty.
The bloodthirst of Ed.
I say, well, I'm not necessarily sure it's really a requirement to send your honor guard with us, but if you could just show us the way, I mean, if
Is
it's
that
just...
like one person?
Well, no, I mean for someone of your stature, meeting the Emperor, the greatest man who will live for the next 1,000 years, that demands at least an honor guard of 20.
That's... I can't kill that many people.
Why would you want to kill?
I'm not saying it out loud. I'm sorry.
Well, regardless, it's too late in the day for you to set out. Allow me to put you up in chambers here. We'll have a feast tonight, and then you can make your decision tomorrow. Unfortunately, I do have to keep you. I can't allow you to leave Karsong Prefecture without without being escorted. It's part of my official duties to make sure that people without their passports don't go romping through our country unsupervised.
Mm-hmm.
That would not be civilized.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes a
Certainly
sip of
would
his
not.
tea. Did I mention this guy's a half elf?
Yeah.
For anyone keeping track? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Sorry,
already
what was his name?
but
What was his
that's
name
just
again?
me personally.
His name is. Let me flip to my NPC page. San Liao or Cao Lian, and he says you can just call him Lian if you wish.
Okay. And what was his title?
He's the magistrate. Yes.
See, I don't like that word because I only know in one context a Firefly, and that guy was a douche. It's the only magistrate I know. It's the only correlation I have.
What's everyone's passive insights?
Wait, I've got this.
How do we figure that out?
12.
It's as if you rolled a 10 on your insight check, which is wisdom.
So just insight that plus my wisdom,
Yeah.
so 11.
David?
13.
Oh, it's passive
15.
perception?
Passive insight.
Oh, it's the same number. Okay.
15.
So David, as you're sitting there talking, well, he's talking, and you're listening. You realize that each time he mentions Karsong, there's a little note of bitterness in his voice, and you notice that he's referred to it as the edge of the world several times. And you kind of get the sense that he's not that happy here.
Does he have any scars or anything on his body?
You
like
don't
in his
see
face? Anything? Okay.
So,
This guy
what's
was
got you
honest,
stuck
isn't
out here?
What do you mean stuck out here?
I don't know.
This
you
is
just-
I'm honored to serve the Emperor in whatever capacity he chooses.
Totally alone.
Somebody with your taste seems like this is the wrong place to be.
Well, it's the
I'm
goal of any
considering-
civic officer to advance through the ranks, to get noticed and to be promoted and to eventually serve in the court.
If this is outpost. Why wouldn't it be better to be in the inside?
It would. I would like to return to the court and to swim within the current, but this is where I've been posted, and this is where I must remain until I can find a way to be promoted.
Oh.
I whisper. Yeah, I mentally whisper. We're his promotions. And that might not be good for us.
Alright.
Do it again. Do it again.
Is he still jerking?
So there's nibbles. Basically, you eat lunch, you drink some more tea. You guys talk pleasantries. Is there anything in particular you want to ask him?
I'm uncomfortable inside. I prefer outside, so I'll stay outside the front gate.
Do you want to stay in the pass, or so the way it's set up is there's sort of this fort that's at the mouth of the pass on top of a hill, and then below the fort there's a town spread out around a very straight, wide, broad road, and you can see sort of it's split up with medians of like grass and shrub. It looks like there are 6 lanes.
Well, if he lets me on the inside, I'll stay out next to the gate on the inside.
And they'll let you sort of set up camp in the courtyard.
Okay.
While David's doing that, Kai's doing that outside. I'm gonna have to ask him in between bites of crumpet if he knows that maybe if there's any I don't know, information held in the capital that might shed some light on our arrival, our predicament, our complete lack of knowledge of what happened before this.
Oh, I have no doubt. The greatest library in all the world is in Zaria. Multiple libraries. In fact, the Emperor himself could give you access to his personal palace library. I'm certain he would have no problems with that. Again, I can give you a letter of introduction, an honor card.
I don't really like his guard.
Well, I mean, if we must, I mean, it doesn't look like we're going to get out of here without a tale of toughs behind us. So I think that it's probably just best to accept the hospitality and accept the letter and get our free ticket to the chocolate factory.
And I'm assuming you guys talk about that after the meal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind closed doors type of thing.
All right. So you sort of have free reign of the garrison in the town. If you do leave the garrison, there are a couple guards that follow you. Just you get the sense this is standard protocol until you've been given an official status.
How many people are in the garrison in town?
The fort itself probably has 50 soldiers, and the town itself is maybe about 100 people.
So if we were to try to leave Pyongyang, would we actually get taken down? Because it seems like we're under pretty tight thumb here.
You think that they would object to it, most certainly.
Okay.
So I'm totally being followed this whole time if I go anywhere?
Yes.
By
Is
how
there
many guards?
Forge at the town?
Kai and Bert only have 1 guard each. They've stuck 3 on you.
What?
One
I'm a child.
One obvious, but you quickly pick up on the fact that you have 2 that are sort of tailing from a distance.
Black suits.
What did I do? I didn't do anything.
The table.
You sat on the table.
I sat on. So what?
The comment about how you're not so much into the presenting and the
Yeah,
and
they didn't have
honor
to
guard.
accept rules on you. Okay, so I head off into the heart of town to try to find like a local pub, someplace like a main gathering area. where
You do
most people
find-
go.
The inn. It's called the Architect's Rest, and it's very nice. It's got sort of a front room with several tables, and it looks like a large courtyard. And each of the rooms look out on the courtyard, which has several gazebos. And it seems like at different times there may be entertainment in those gazebos, but right now it's midday. It's kind of dead.
Is there a crappier place I could go, like something like more shady, seedy, or is it all just immaculate and presentable?
This seems to be the only real game in town. You don't know where the shepherds and the ranchers hang out, and you can tell just walking around town that there's definitely class distinctions, and every time you start to head off towards the areas that might be a little lower class, mysteriously find your way sort of guided back towards the nicer parts of town.
I don't like being sheepdog.
Can I do like an insight check on that? Maybe Arcana.
An insight would work.
Insight? Okay, well, that's just going to be a wisdom then.
Is there a
see
forge
if that
somewhere
works.
in town?
Is this the type of game where we need like health potions and stuff?
That without a healer, you probably want those. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even know what we use for
Look around
money here.
in this town.
So first
I never
off,
know when I'm gonna pick a fight.
let's do the.
You roll a d20 every 20
Shane,
minutes.
what'd you get on your insight?
That was poor. It was like 7.
Okay, you don't even really notice it. You're just like, oh, well, that's weird. Back here.
That's lame.
David, you can absolutely find a forge, and you find a sort of a dragonborn smith working a sword.
He's part of the
You
guild.
really?
You don't know. You're not any guild that you would know of, because this isn't your homeworld.
Well, I question him on the information.
What do you ask him?
I chat up about weapons first, and then what he's.
He says he mostly most of his work is spent on carts. He'll occasionally mend a sword or a piece of armor for the garrison, but it's not like the garrison sees any fighting, if you know what I mean. And
Are the guards all like out of shape and just like huffing along and lazy?
actually, for what you've learned of this place, the guards seem remarkably well disciplined and fit.
Damn it.
And as you're talking to the smith, David, another dragonborn female approaches, and the smith salutes and then goes right back to work. And she just sort of leans against the entrance to the forge, staring at you and smirking.
Hit it. Get her.
I'm this tiny elf. So, how's it going?
Bring out the A game.
She,
I have no idea.
her smirk turns into a legitimate grin. She goes, "A lot more interesting now that the three of you have shown up. So I see you've had the distinct displeasure of meeting Tsao, the little weasel."
I assume I'm not part of this. I'm still.
Yeah, no, this is just David.
Okay.
So, what's this place all about?
We guard the borders of the Empire for the glory of His Majesty. Not, that this border needs much guarding. You're the first visitors to show up in a generation. Well, first unscheduled visitors. There's the tribute, parade that comes through, but unscheduled visitors, well, That's something worth noticing.
Trade Smith.
I'm Khazri. I am the marshal of this garrison.
Where do these names come from?
That's the Dragonborn name.
Caleb reads books.
I have naming conventions for Dragonborn and for elves in this world and for humans. And
I would just call everybody
files.
Steve.
What was the name again? Sorry.
Steve.
Khazri.
Khazri.
Khazrii.
Hi, my name's Steve. How are you, big boy? Sorry.
My name's Steve the Dragonborn. No, that's a traditional Dragonborn name. It's been handed down for generations.
The lots and stuff on it. The little accent marks.
Steve.
And buy you a drink?
Yeah, you know what? Let me buy all three of your friends a drink. Meet me at the Architect's Rest tonight. I hear Lee Howe's going to be visiting, and that guy's always a riot.
Lee Howe.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll see you there tonight. And she turns and strolls off.
Now, I just head off.
So, Kiki.
I lost you guys.
Yes.
Why? Because
Oh, we're around.
okay.
So what are you up to, Kiki?
Oh, me? I need, just gonna wander around and see if I can find, I don't know, an alchemist type place or
Like an apothecary?
Yeah, there we go. That's the word.
You gotta go with Batman and lose your tail.
But oh no, yeah, I'm totally like weaving in and out of places just to be an ass, like not purposely trying to lose them, just pissing them off.
Do you have like smoke bombs in your kit? So like when you turn a corner.
Oh my God, that would be amazing, but I don't.
Oh no!
Roll me a stealth.
You lost him in customs. Stealth at Dex.
17?
All right, let me.
Well, you were gonna piss these guys off. Awesome.
Like hiding behind trash cans or in trash cans and like jumping on roofs just to piss them off. And waiting until they get there and like popping out and going, I don't know. Just trying to be a total asshole.
Like the way I play Metal Gear Solid. Hey guys!
Just because I know I'm not going to lose them and there's too many of them to kill, so.
So you're sort of fucking around, and you realize after about an hour of playing this game that you've legitimately lost them.
Sweet.
Yay! So I totally go and
cool stuff.
find, see if I can find some health potions or whatever, potions somebody might sell to me.
Okay.
Because I never know when I'm going to, kill somebody. Things are going to get ugly.
Oh, by the way, you would have healed up to full during your nights of rest.
Did I take
Oh
damage?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't write it down. It was on the...
Yeah,
It was on
during
the
that first
computer. I
fight.
didn't write it
We only
down.
had the one fight.
I was
Okay.
down to 3. I forgot.
We slayed those MFs.
Okay.
Shane,
Yo,
So
get on the D20.
am I off?
yeah, I see that. I don't see Shane in Roll20.
Yep.
Ah,
Oh, I
shit.
don't either.
Just open it up on the side of Google Hangout. All right, roll me a diplomacy.
Me?
Yes.
What's that under? Because there's no diplomacy.
It's charisma.
Okay.
And I guess I should flip to see you
I got decent charisma.
if there's a skill associated with what I'm looking for.
No,
There
it's
you are.
not. It's not that good. It's only a 12. Fuck this dice.
Uh,
Computer animated dice.
We're still in that holding cell, right? On the map.
yeah, I haven't moved you
Okay.
over to another one yet.
Zoa Dream. We're still there.
I love dead air. Really good job, Caleb. Way to plan.
No,
I
it's
can
Okay.
do whatever I
We'll
want.
get it in
Caleb's gonna cut it out later.
post. Cut that out.
He's not cutting that out
I'm
now.
not gonna cut that out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out all the dead air before that, so that it's just randomly.
And then everything after it. It's like, what the fuck was that?
You guys, I'm retarded.
I don't know that guy.
That's how we play games.
All right, so I'm gonna say that you rolled well enough that he gives you a decent price for potion of healing. He is willing to sell you potions of healing for 50 gold each.
Do we have gold?
We were supposed to start out with a certain amount, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I have 50.
I don't have that written down.
We're gonna have to go in like halvesies and quarters.
Oh, I do. 135. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
You still there, David? You went all T-Pain.
I'm here.
So he's
Okay.
gonna sell it to me for what?
50 gold each.
And how much health does that get me?
2d4 plus 2 hit points.
2d4 would get me plus 2.
Yeah.
2d4 could get me 1.
So 4 to 10
Yeah.
is your range.
That's not. That's pretty good. I only have 9 hit points. I show him my shiny armband, and see if that gets me any lower
Part of the chosen
on the
squad.
price.
Can I have a better price?
Look. I could put a good word in for you somewhere. This is not my forte.
Oh, I don't know what that was, but that's got to be good.
No, it can't be good.
Oh, it was from Caleb. Shit. No.
Look. If I sell them to you for any cheaper than 50 gold, I don't make a profit. I can't pay my protection money or my taxes. I lose my shop and my family gets killed.
Who do you pay
So-
protection money to?
Holy shit! This place is crooked.
The local
Okay.
gangsters.
Oh. You have a problem with local gangsters, do you?
Well, it's not a problem. It's just a fact of life. You got to pay taxes.
Who are the local gangsters?
I mean, this is throwaway shit. The Peaky Blinker.
Didn't see that coming, did you? No.
I tried watching that. Netflix wouldn't let me watch episode 2.
It's amazing, Caleb. It's amazing.
I do enjoy Cillian Murphy. And Sam Neill's kicking ass in it, too.
He's a douche. I feel like I can make this a huge thing and go down this path, but I'm not meant to.
I mean, I'll work with it. There will be consequences. But I'll
Oh,
work
I
with it.
know. My whole character is going to deal with consequences. But I don't
So-
want to make. I don't want to make a big deal out of something that's really, really nothing.
I mean, like I said, this town has a total population of like 250.
So they'd be easier to find.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably just wait for them to show up for their collection and do an intimidate check, and they'd leave this guy alone. But the collection's not for a month or so. He just paid his dues for the month.
Yeah, I just can't. As a person, I can't make a big deal out of nothing. So I'll just buy 2 and leave it at that.
You maybe fight a little tactically next time. I'm just saying, maybe you don't make an enemy of both sides of the room that have Both
That's-
of arrows pointed at you.
As a
Play video
half-
games, Caleb.
as a halfling rogue, that is not who I am, Caleb, and I cannot just play nicely.
She's got the short complex. She's got to puff out her chest and flip off everybody.
If nobody thinks I'm a child, I'll kill them all. So,
My name isn't Webster.
Oh no, I didn't write that down. 2d4
+2.
plus 2.
And both of you other gents are out and about in town, so if you want to make a stop by the apothecary, you can.
I will, but I still oh shit, should have wrote this down. Too much time has passed, and my memory doesn't work that well. Where?
With my 5 gold, not going to do very well.
Your 5 gold. You are a monk. I wanted to. Okay, so I didn't understand that I was pretty much being like magically led away from the shittier parts of town, but I'm still like very interested in finding like a serf or somebody just like looking like crushed by society, just to get some honesty from somebody. So I'm still looking for that. What would I have to roll for that? Like, would there be anybody like in rags, just kind of like meandering around town?
Go ahead and roll me another perception.
Okay. And okay, going back like 30, 40 minutes, whatever it was, I did legitimately pick perception as one of my trained skills. So I'll be adding that shit. Doesn't matter. So we'll get we'll get a 12.
Okay, so you find yourself back on that main highway that leads right up to the fort, and walking along one of the outer lane, or the outermost lane, we'll say towards the fort, you're sort of out at the edge of town, is a guy carrying a pack that looks like it has some sort of grain in it, and he's just sort of trudging along. Dust covers his feet, and he doesn't really seem to be paying that much attention. As you approach, you and your honor guard are in the second lane. So the outer lane would be lane 1, then lane 2, and then the middle 2 lanes are lane 3.
Are these separated physically by like stacks of brick or something, or are they just
like low shrubs?
Oh, okay, all right.
So there is a physical separation, but it's not like a total barrier. And there's every few feet, there's a gap wide enough to admit a carriage or a horse, if need be.
Okay.
And so as he sees you approach, he jumps off the road into sort of the ditch at the side and drops down to his knees and grovels, forehead to the ground.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get rid of the guards by us bluffing them. This is totally what I want. That this guy has fallen, he's dehydrated, and he needs immediate help, and to go get it.
Okay.
So I can get them off my ass while I ask him some shit.
Roll me your bluff. You have disadvantage.
Crap! Bullcrap! Why do I have disadvantage?
Because they've seen this sort of behavior before. They know exactly why he's doing this.
All right, fine. So I'll just take my bonus off. Ah, crap. You son of a bitch.
Is it a 1 in a 20?
Okay. No. It's not even. It doesn't even matter anymore. Okay. Even if I had advantage, I wouldn't give a shit. What does an 8 give me?
They give you deadpan looks. Uh-huh.
Then I renege. I was like, oh, never mind. He's just. Yeah, he's okay. So
Uh-huh.
damn it, I feel like an asshole right now. So I go to him. I bow down and I insist that he gets up.
He will not. Like you can get him up to his knees, and he keeps glancing over at the guards and glancing at your wrist, and then no, like averts his eyes, grovels.
Can I convince him that don't worry about them? They're mine. It's fine. I'm telling you, you can get up.
Give me a bluff.
Okay. Do I also have disadvantage on this?
No, because he doesn't know who you are.
Okay, cool.
So he doesn't know your relation to the guards.
15.
Okay, you get him to stand up. He still looks sidelong at the guards. They don't rush in to beat him up or anything, although they're looking at you with quizzical expressions. But he still won't meet your eyes. He still keeps his head down, but you've got him standing up.
Okay, I turn around and I give him one of these. It's okay. And so I ask him, in kind of a low voice, try to, keep it from the guards. So, what's the deal with this place? What actually goes on here?
Farming, shepherding. There's a mine.
Shit.
It's. I don't know.
Are you ruled over like you're a slave or something?
I work my farm. I paid my taxes and.
Because you seem like you're
hopefully
pretty intimidated by anybody with not nice clothing, but that walks with their head up.
Well, nobles can. A noble's like a storm. It's like a. No offense. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense.
It's okay. I'm not a noble.
But but you said you're in charge of the guards, and he starts to fidget, and look. It's just they're the nobles, and then there are us, and we do our best not to get noticed. And if we do get noticed, you grit your teeth and you do your best to minimize the damage, and then you go on with your life, and everyone's happy. This is the way the emperor wants it. The great glorious emperor. May he rule forever.
Yeah, that's just heartbreaking. Okay.
I like this guy.
No, well, I don't like this emperor, and I'm saying that to myself. So I usher him on. Sorry to keep you, man.
And he bows and starts to head off. And one of the guards sort of takes a step at him with the hand on the sword hilt, just fucking with him, and he tears off down the road.
And then I look at him and I did that to somebody on my way here. It's pretty funny.
All right, so do you guys do anything else before your meeting at the inn?
Yeah, I meet up with Keeks at the apothecary, and I throw up my hands in outrage at the price of these potions of healing. And that's all I do. I just throw a fit.
But
What are you talking about, the 50 gold? Who has 50 gold?
Just wandering the town.
Well, the sorts of people who can afford rent in this neighborhood can afford 50 gold potions.
While he's there,
God potions are subsidized by the imperial magistrate.
While he's there and he's throwing up his arms, I try to pocket one.
Oh shit! Yes, tandem theft. So can I roll something to?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Is there
just roll me a charisma, Shane.
Okay. All right.
And let's see what you get on there.
All right. It's rolling so badly. Charisma is 14.
Okay. Is sleight of hand still a thing, or is it all rolled into
Yes.
stealth? Okay.
Sleight of hand.
So give me a sleight of hand. So dex and then your sleight of hand proficiency for sleight of hand, and you have advantage, so you can roll twice.
So sleight of hand and dex.
Yeah. So sleight of hand gives you the proficiency bonus on top of your dex bonus.
27.
Okay. And go ahead and roll a second time just to see.
Crit, you get 2.
Not better.
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing in here. I'm just Dude, I want to help you out with your crappy life, and then I'm stealing from somebody who's being muscled by the mob.
So you're able to steal.
Damn it.
We'll call it 4 potions.
Sweet. You just walk out. While he's, doing his... What the fuck?
Can I be in on this? Just to...
No, I'm
Just to
gonna
keep
say that you started your histrionics just completely on your own, and Kiki caught your eye and kind of did one of these. Yeah. and you stepped up your game, and
Crank it to 11, man.
That's gonna be the...
That's gonna be, yeah. It's not a nipple. That's a fucking volume dial. Crank that shit.
Titty twister, purple nurple. What?
I don't know what you want me to do.
You want me to sneak up behind him and grab his boobs?
I'll do it. I mean, I'm.
Okay, so David went off and found himself a gambling den, and he lost the 5 gold he did have. And it wasn't even really a gambling den. You sat down with some soldiers and wanna play some dice? And they're like, yes.
And I owe him 15.
Oh shit.
They know you're good for it.
Okay.
Awesome.
So, as twilight falls, you guys head on over to the Architect's Rest. Yeah?
Yeah.
I give, okay, I don't know your names now. Bert! I give Bert, a healing potion, 2 healing potions.
I bumper fist.
And I give, our monk 1, because he wasn't in on it. Oh, I'm like, what's happening? It's like you're pushing buttons.
Anybody loan me 15 gold?
I could loan you 15 gold, but it's gonna be on 10 points.
Do you need me to kick somebody's ass?
Not yet.
'Cause I don't have 15 gold to give you, but I can kill a fucker.
I'm sure they got a PayPal system going on here. It's fine. We can pay them later.
So you find yourselves outside the door to the inn. It's I didn't have time to put in a little stone path for you, but there's a little stone path that leads up to it. There are little fountains burbling away to the sides, and you can see sort of paper windows with light streaming out of them, and you can hear conversation.
Jesus, Caleb, you put together this entire little Japanese grotto, and you don't even put a stone path up to it?
This is just ruined.
The presentation is totally...
What's the fucking point? So when you head into the front door,
Empty.
you
Really
see...
sad it can't be on the table.
It can be.
Not great.
Take up a quarter of the table. Stand on it? Okay.
Sit on it like I do.
So you guys see in sort of the main common room, there are 5 tables. They're unoccupied, and you can see through this door here is sort of a kitchen area, and then the other doors lead down hallways to rooms. You've been told that you have these rooms. I'm going to ping them. You managed to get that one.
Okay.
And that one. And we'll say that one. have been reserved for you. So it's up to you who sleeps where, but those are where you're going to be put up for the night.
I wish I could ping. Do the rooms that are next to each other connect? Do they have a connecting door?
No, but you see how the ones where it opens up onto the courtyard, there's no door there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a sliding sheet of paper, basically.
All right.
So you could leave it open and just go in and out of the courtyard at will. The courtyard itself, you can see through the windows in this main room. The courtyard has under each of the pagodas is like a little stage with cushions and benches and a little table. The 4 smaller pagodas are currently unoccupied. The large central gazebo, in the center of it is a very fat, very drunk-looking, bald man smoking a hookah, and you can't hear from here, but it looks like he's telling a story, and he has a crowd of people around him, all laughing.
Are those the only people that we see? Since there's nobody at the tables.
Other than staff that sort of run in and out, taking wine and stuff out, it looks like everyone, all the guests and patrons, and even most of the staff are out in the garden.
Okay.
Do I see the marshal?
You do not yet.
Well, bummer. I'm probably going to go outside and see what this rotund fellow's telling. Hey man, I can't move. There we go. I'm going to just lean up against the door. Name's Dean.
He pauses to
Name's Bert.
take a big drag out of the hookah, and then he blows it out, pulls down one of the serving girls, who's just gorgeous, whispers something in her ear, and she giggles and runs off. And he says, "And that, my friends, is how I became an official Duke of the Wood Elves."
This isn't even a thing.
This doesn't have to be.
Are you out there, Kiki?
I'm on the whatever this is, wherever I am.
Where are you?
I was just curious if you had gone out there and made that comment within his earshot.
No, I don't know if I can hear him. I definitely said it if I could hear him, but
No, not through the door and the room. Like if you were in the room, you would have heard it. But
is it pretty crowded in that pagoda? Like shoulder to shoulder, ass to ass, whatever? They're sitting down, or
it's not super crowded because this is sort of a small town, and there are only so many people who can afford to come here and drink. But you get the sense that this is a large crowd for this place, and usually they like to hang out in their own little. You'd have conversations in each of the little pagodas, and maybe music in the main one, maybe a poet off in one of the corners. But he basically is the main attraction, and there's no competing with him.
Yeah, he's running the room. Does that little waitress run my way?
Yeah, she runs by you.
I stop her. I stop her, and I ask,
"Can I help you?"
Yeah. Who is that guy?
You don't know the great poet?
We just got here.
Oh, you're in for a treat. This is your lucky day. That's Lee Howe. He is the most intelligent, funny, humorous man, and from what I hear, he's quite the lover.
I am really glad I'm not out there.
I started laughing. And I put up my hands and I wave like this. No, it's okay. Something else was funny. Can I do an insight check on this guy just to see, is this guy shit?
Yeah, you can do an insight on him.
Okay.
He's now reciting a poem.
To the devil with these piss poor rolls. 7.
What's
going on?
It's a poem. Everyone seems to like it. You don't really know if it's good or not. You notice that there are people like whispering to themselves about the technique, but I don't know. It's a poem.
If it's not in limerick form, I don't give a shit.
Pretty words. And she, as soon as you like quit bothering her, she like runs back and she comes out with another bottle of wine. Scurries past you and sets it on the table.
This guy's obviously a Mac. I'm gonna have to get to know this guy. But there's like no getting to know him right now. He's smothered in people.
He has a rapt audience, but the only people sort of sitting at his table with him are a couple serving girls, who he may be fondling and whispering in their ears.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm gonna go up to that guy because that'd be like sitting at the Don's table and just like, so what's your deal, man? It doesn't sound like a good idea.
Every Japanese RPG ever, you just walk into people's house. What's your deal?
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
In my house. Why are you digging through my shit?
I don't give a rat's ass about your son that went off to war. Just tell me where you keep your goddamn elixir.
My favorite is in Zelda's though. You like walk into people's houses and you break their pottery, and then just like fuck off.
Did you ever see that comic? It was a really poorly drawn comic. It was just like this poor like little fisher's wife or whatever. She's like sweeping in her house. Link comes in, breaks all of her pots, gathers all of her rupees, and then leaves. And then he comes back in and does it again.
I remember seeing a Penny Arcade like when Wind Waker came out, where the one guy's like, yeah, so he just comes in and picks up my pots and threw them, and then left. Didn't say a fucking word. And the other one goes, fucking elves, man.
Hey, you know.
Okay, so what do you guys do? It's getting around dinner time. It looks like things aren't slowing down out there. He's got one of the serving girls to start playing a sort of a stringed instrument, and he's humming along with it. He can carry a tune.
I keep an ear out right here, but I also like keep looking back to see when. What's her name? The dragon lady. Girl with the dragon tattoo. I don't know what her name is.
Kazri.
So I'm just enjoying the ambiance.
I didn't say anything about her.
The bed poetry.
Oh, that's right.
I assumed you told us about it on our way back there.
So yeah, I guess the two of you don't even know about the beat.
Yeah,
You're just here because this is where they put you up.
Yeah. So I just creep closer and closer, like the I don't know, the weird, awkward kid at the party who's trying to get close to like the main group.
You get the sense that he noticed you from the first moment. Like he's been keeping an eye on you as he has conversations. He's been keeping track of your movements throughout the garden. And now that you're finally up, sort of at the edge of the crowd, he gestures to you and beckons you to come sit with him at the table. And everyone in the audience starts muttering to themselves, like, "Oh, what? Who's that guy? What's going on?"
Oh, and I do it so cool. I swagger up. I take out one of the chairs, and instead of just sitting down, I do the Riker maneuver.
Oh,
throw my leg over the back of the chair.
Over the back of the chair.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm really sad that I know exactly what that is. Like I understood that reference. I got that reference.
Do you know why he does it though?
Because he's enormous. I have no idea.
It's partly that, but it's also he had like back surgery and it hurt when he was doing like 50 takes to sit down normally. And it was just a lot easier to just walk over the fucking chair.
Awesome.
So roll me.
Please don't make me roll on athletics, though.
Well, I'm trying to decide whether to do a dex for the chair maneuver or a charisma for the swagger.
Please, charisma.
Charisma. It's swagger.
Let's do charisma.
Oh, thank
Why not both?
Can you do it?
No, I don't need 2 rolls for this. You have disadvantage by default.
And I'll actually say you have advantage because of the chair maneuver.
Oh, so I get a 23 total.
All right, you swagger. You don't give in to the voices. You don't start having a conversation with the voices in your head.
Get the fuck out of my head, Yod Slugoth.
No. And you sit down, and we'll come back to you in a second. So, Kiki.
I'd really like to break into the rooms.
Okay. The doors aren't locked.
If they were, you just walk through them.
The furnishings, like there's a little lamp that it looks like it's operated by runes that you could pocket.
Is there anybody sleeping in any of the rooms?
No.
Are we still being followed by our guards, or are they just like hanging out outside?
They're hanging out in the common room.
Okay.
Is there anybody's stuff in any of the rooms?
No. You actually, after you break into a couple, you think that you're the only ones that are planning to stay tonight.
Which really upsets me. I just leave.
Although,
sad. So sad.
from where you're standing right there, looking at Lee Howe, you think that he's planning to stay, but he's planning to stay exactly where he is.
But a practicality, because he can't get up.
Oh my god.
I love how you're just like this klepto vampire. If I don't steal something soon, I'll die.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can steal the fixtures from the rooms.
Nope. It's not what I was looking for, Caleb. It's not.
Sorry.
It's not what I was looking for. But if he's looking to stay, I'm gonna hang out.
Okay, and are you being subtle, or are you just standing there like a boss?
I don't. Sort of both. Like, does he notice me come out of technically my room?
It depends on how you exit the room.
Just like I open the door and I'm out there, but I'm like
Okay.
standing there. I'm there. I'm not hiding, but I'm not trying to get his attention or anything. I'm sort of realizing he's gonna hang out all night, and plans are coming together.
He sees you, and he gives you a wink.
Oh, you're in. You are in.
And he kind of. This is shortly after Bert has done his thing. He kind of nods at another seat at the table, and everyone sort of turns around to look at you.
Is Bert sitting at the table?
I am sitting like a motherfucking boss. I sat like a boss. I don't know what
I
I'm
don't
doing right.
move.
Maybe cross-legged.
And you
maybe.
sat down, and immediately a serving girl poured you wine, brought you over a hookah. You were being doted on.
Oh, I just obliterate all that right now. Just go after it.
I
Anyway.
stay put.
Okay.
I don't. Nothing. No expression. Nothing changes. I just stand there.
That's an expression of itself. That is creepy as shit.
Fucking sociopath.
I'm
gonna
gonna
wear your
write
face.
that on my sheet. That's
I have the expression that says I'm going to play cat's cradle with your entrails later tonight.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm planning it out in my head of what's going to happen. I have no idea he's there anymore. I just see it in my head.
I want to
Okay.
see that on your sheet. Class, sociopath. Level 1.
So we'll move on to hopefully a less disturbing topic. Kai.
I'm just sitting in the front area. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for drinks.
I was hoping you'd be like in a fight club somewhere, just like kicking ass for money.
Don't we get free drinks?
Well, they bring you a meal and beverage. That's it's been paid for by the magistrate. You don't have to worry about expenses for the night.
Just tap your wrist, meal ticket.
Mine's still hidden. I haven't shut it off at anybody.
But it's been made known to the owners of this inn that you are a guest of the magistrates and you are to be shown all courtesy and all expenses are to be billed to the magistrate.
Well, bring on the drinks.
Boy.
So roll me a d4.
D4.
Everybody or just SD?
Just David.
Okay.
Because he's basically sitting there drinking while you guys are doing your other shit.
1.
Okay. So you are a whole flagon in when the front door opens and that formidable dragon born steps in. Her iron boots clink on the floorboards, which is jarring in and of itself because you've noticed that everyone else sort of just wears slippers here. Like they've taken their boots off and have put on slippers.
So are you at the bar or are you at a table? Okay, yeah, we're there. Okay.
I didn't mention this, she's got blue scales, and she's followed by 2 sort of smaller dragonborn that are both with green scales.
Oh my god, she's like Mystique.
And she sees you and immediately heads over to your table. She sort of gestures her guards off to their own table.
Wait, is she a smith? I'm like at a game. Is she the smith?
No, she's the marshal.
Oh, okay.
She also does the Riker chair maneuver because she's got a tail. She has a legitimate reason to do the Riker chair maneuver.
Being badass is legitimate.
And she's wearing plate mail or plate. No, she would just be wearing scale. She's wearing scale mail that's fashioned to look like dragon scales, and like the gauntlets and the boots seem engraved. You think that there's a helm that's part of the set, but she didn't wear it today. And at her, slung across her back, is a great sword, and the pommel of it, the handguard looks like 2 dragon wings, and then the pommel is a dragon with a gem in the mouth. And she says, "I thought I was meeting all 3 of you tonight."
Well, they're out there. If you want to bring them in,
I have to compete with the poet.
You're making her go out there and get us?
So she goes, "Wait a minute," and she walks out to the courtyard door, and so you guys, Shane, you probably don't even see this. Your back's to this door. Kiki,
as she's going, I say, wait, can I see your sword?
No. Hey, badass fighter, can I just hold your weapon that you clearly care a lot about and that's worth a lot of money? I just want to hold it for a second.
We'll be for like 2 days.
So she kicks open the door to the courtyard and steps in, breathes lightning into the sky. Everyone out. And all of the nobles very quietly gather up their robes about themselves and shuffle past with their eyes cast down.
Raggy.
Li Hao raises a glass to her, drains it, and he's like, "I don't think she's talking about you, friends. I think she wants to talk to you. Come, good marshal, sit, have a drink, have a smoke. Bring the smith out, too."
I guess I'm ushered out.
You hear this.
Actually, I'm following her because,
Okay. You're trying to grab the sword while she's...
Tail keeps swatting your hand away.
So she takes a seat across from Li Hao and kind of glowers at him, and he just grins at her. So Bert's already sitting. Do Kiki and Kai join them?
No.
No.
I don't move. Nothing.
I get up in there. So I'm sitting at the table. Of course, I'm going to try to be polite. I extend a hand,
I sit next to
and I
Bert.
say, "Hi, my name's Bert.
I'm
I
Casper.
believe you know me already somehow."
Well, everyone here knows who you are.
That is fascinating.
Cao Lian thinks he's subtle, and he thinks he's kept you a secret. But just as he has spies watching me, I have spies watching him, and I have spies watching his spies.
The magistrate.
Yes. Now,
I like her.
you've walked into a bit of a delicate situation. You've thrown off the balance strictly by being here. He and I are both going to try to use this to our advantage. I'm not going to try to weasel you to do what I want. I'm just going to ask you and tell you what's in it for you.
I like your straightforward attitude towards this.
I'm a military woman. Both he and I want to get out of this shit garrison.
I can tell.
It's beautiful inn, it's beautiful country, but if you want to make a name for yourself, you can't do it here because there's nothing happening here. Until you three showed up. Whoever can claim credit for bringing you three into the Empire, even if you came of your own free will, which I have no doubt you did, but if we can attach ourselves to you, we can ascend along with you and maybe gain our own renown. He doesn't want me, he doesn't want the military to gain this renown. And I don't care if the civil servants gain the renown, I just don't want him to. I just don't like him.
Why don't you like him?
Do you like him?
I don't trust him, but that doesn't mean I don't find him charming.
I think I'm confused as to what a magistrate is. Is he not in charge? I feel like he would be in charge of her. No, like, out of game. Is he not in charge of her? I don't understand.
This is something that you might not have been exposed to this knowledge yet in-game.
Okay.
That's a legitimate question for your character to be having.
I say nothing then. I nothing.
Explain the role Li Hao, or I'm sorry, not Li Hao, but Xiao Lian has in the
Li Hao's like,
context of
my
this
role
garrison.
is to get drunk.
Yeah.
Ale.
And I raise a glass and I puff on the hookah. A noble pursuit, my friend.
So, in our history as an empire, we long ago realized that certain tasks fell best to certain races. The elves are the best at long-term advisory diplomatic positions. We Dragonborn are the best fighters and the most martial of the bunch. And the humans make great rulers because they don't live long enough to really do any lasting damage. I'm sorry if that was offensive to any of you. I know that you're a half-elf.
Okay, it's fine.
And Li Hao kind of looks ruffled, but then waves it away because he's human.
Not really. I mean, I'm a half elf, but not really. But whatever. That's a long story.
So
Wait, I'm a halfling. What's that half of?
Half person.
I'm the worst D&D player ever.
I could go into the full etymology of it, but I think that would be slightly off topic.
Is it like an elf? Is it a human?
Well, it originated in Lord of the Rings. The hobbits' names for themselves were hobbits, but the humans called them halflings because they were like half of humans.
So
And
I'm like a human?
You're a hobbit. Like, that's...
Alright.
You're
so
your
would
own...
I be offended by that?
No, you're not related to humans
Okay.
at all.
Okay. Sorry, worst D&D player ever.
So,
Once you kill things, you're good.
she explains that the way Zaria works is that everyone has a role, and everyone's role is kind of independent of each other. In this town, Sal Leon oversees all of the civil administration of the town. He makes sure that the roads are maintained and that the people are fed and that taxes are collected and that it basically sees to the operation of running the town. She, as marshal of the garrison, is in charge of all of the troops stationed there and any military matters that concern the outpost.
Can I do an insight check on her to see if like she wants to be truthful with me or if she's holding back, like in general?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. Wait, which one is that? Is that wisdom?
Yeah.
Can
19.
I do that too?
Yeah.
Not gonna go well. Just to see if she's being honest. No.
So I think I got this one though. I got a 17 plus a 2.
I think she's amazing.
So you got a 19 total, Bert?
Yeah, 19 total.
You do get the sense that she's not telling you everything, but that what she is telling you is truthful. That she believes the best way to get you guys to do what she wants you to do is to be forthright with you and to show you how it's going to be worth your while, rather
And that's
than
the
trying to
impression I'm
trick
getting
you.
from her. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That she.
can I ask? Okay, go ahead.
You get the sense that she knows that there are certain times where, by all means, trickery and subterfuge are the way to go, but that in this instance, she doesn't think that's the case.
Okay. So I'll trust her. And can I ask her about, like, is just how crooked? Because I can tell a crooked man when I see one, but just how crooked is Jalion? I mean, he seems.
He's
slimy.
he's a magistrate. That's
Is that just?
welcome to Zaria, and that is where we'll cut.
Thank
Until next time.